Welcome to week 14 of our 17-week series as we go through our building center to give you an in-depth look at our building process of your new Palm Harbor home. This week we present Manufacturing Day 3, Part 1.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Howard Broughton with Cavco's Palm Harbor up in Fort Worth, Texas. We're now into day 3 of the construction process as we're going to carry on from what was done in the previous video. In the previous video, all the work we showed was being performed on the outside. While that was going on, we're going to take a moment to show you the things that were happening on the inside of the home. But one little special treat here, I want to show you, this is a traveler that goes with the house. When the people are working on the home, they're able to look on what their section is and what they're to do and how they sign off on each one of the parts. The floor plan as well goes with the home so they can see what goes where and what the order actually calls for. And this particular one's going to Victoria, Texas, but neither here nor there. We ship them in 5 states out of this particular facility. So what is going on on the inside? Well, on the inside of the home, they finished the drywall. The drywall has set, and once it's set, it allows us to go ahead and install the cabinets. So the base cabinet blue has been installed, the white's up ahead, and in between, if you notice, the ceramic tile has been installed. It's got a cap on there and a runner. It's brought up to cut out for the receptacle plates. Put in the range hood. All that's been done in the process. You see how they cut the tiles in so they can fit around the receptacle boxes. They're setting up for the window. That'll have a window sill. It'll be framed out. I'll show you on the next half what that looks like when it gets finished. And then they set the cabinet exactly where it needs to be to fit for both the cabinet and the side. Dishwasher hasn't been installed. Appliances haven't gone in. That goes on another section. What's going on right now is they're finishing up these walls and getting everything ready for the next stage. Let's step in the utility room so we see some things going on over here. All right, notice the water heater compartment. There's no door installed on it at this point. It's gypsum lined all the way around on all the walls, and it's also been sealed. It's got the 4-hour fire rating on it where it's all gypsum lined. It's going to have a door put onto it. This is a large 50-gallon water heater. It's set into a pan. It's all ready to go. All they need to do is do a wiring up over here, get it going. Washer and dryer area the same way. They need to cut in the hole for the dryer vents. They need to cut into the washer and dryer well. That hasn't been cut into the wall yet. So you see they put the panels up first. They know where those accesses are and they'll cut that out. So that'll need to go on. This is all a vinyl room because it's a wet area. So you got vinyl in here. You got your moldings already put on. This room's practically done with just those few exercises done there. So let me point out to the panel box that we're using over here. This is a 200 amp panel box. There's no aluminum wires in there. That's all copper wiring. And it's rated for each one of the sections where the wiring is going to go to. So if you're using a 10-3 or going for your range, you need a bigger wire. If you're going to furnish, you need a bigger wire. Otherwise, you just got circuits around for your lights or receptacles in the homes. 200 amp box is standard. Also, this particular home has ordered in a steel rear door with the 9-panel lights. And this is tempered glass. So it's the hard stuff, and it's got a storm door on the outside. Double lock is the other thing that we use on a lot of our homes. This is an optional door. You can get it on any other homes, but it's a great feature for a lot of customers. All right, let's go in here. I want to show you one more thing that was put up while they're working on the outside. Notice here, this is another of those fit and finish items. This is a solid wood beam. So it's a beam, piece of wood that goes across here, and we put beams in the kitchen. It's one of our features that we use on our home, but it really is attractive. That's all been done. Let's step down the hall for a second. This is a typical furnace compartment. One of the we do is, of course, it's big enough for our overhead ducts, and if you look here, you'll see the overhead duct system where the cold air is pushed up and branches out to each one of the rooms. This wire hanging here is an 8-wire for our thermostat, which is right here. This is a programmable thermostat. Program it 7 days a week and tell what temperature you want to put it on. It's set right there. That goes into the compartment. Your return air is down in the bottom. Shows it down here. That's all cut out, ready for that to be installed, and then they'll frame it out. The framing of all these doorways have already been done. This is in this section where they mount these doors, set the doors, put the framing in, and you can see all these doors are put in. And notice how that looks all finished. The guys just need to get to the next station where they go in to clean it up. You got an accent panel on the end over here. That'll have pipe support shelves put onto it. A lot of the rooms, if you notice the drywall, like this one right here, for example, the drywall has got a lot of paint in places That's because they're touching up. So they do touch up. This glue has already been put on here because there's going to be an accent panel that's being put up there. These are opera lights that are put into our rooms. And on our opera lights, if you watch that opera light over there, we use all of our opera lights and we put them on the opera lights with dimmer switches. You don't want a bright light shining in your face when you watch your TV. So you've got opera lights, you've got beams, ceiling fans. All this was installed in this section of the home while people on the outside were also working on their various parts. And this is getting to the next station where it's going to be all cleaned up and go to the next roll line station. Let's go this way. Let's take a moment while we can to show you what happens when the two sections of the home comes together. Here I've got a tile on one side and a carpet on the other, and notice how the carpet's got a piece that comes over. It will go across and finish that side out when these walls are pressed together. Showing here what a room looks like. Of course, when it's all done, and it's got all the carpet already laid in it, it's got stay nails down to hold it in place. The molding's been put in at the ceiling. You just got to do touch up, sweep up, and clean up, and a room like this is done. All right, we're in the process of molding out one of the rooms, and this gentleman here is molding out the windows, and you watch how quickly and efficiently, when he cuts it right, it goes in right, he finishes out the jambs of the window. All this process is going on about trims. See, all these trims have been put up, the backboard of the accent panel has been put in, the ceramic tiles have already been put in, so they're all finished. And if you notice above these doors, these panels are longer. It's something we do. We don't cut these off till the house goes to get set up. Once it gets set up, then they cut these off to match, and that will fit in there. Cabinets are in, doors are in, everything is set, bench is put in, and of course he's molding out the windows so they can mold that out. One other thing I want to show you here, this is a central shower. It's a shower panel. These panels will be put up on the wall to give you 3 walls across here on a 60-inch shower, center set, and the gooseneck shower head is going to come into that set. Full 60-inch shower will have a pivot door, but that's a beautiful panel that will go up against that. One last thing I want to show you, in just a very short period of time that we were here, they've already cleaned the floor, or they did the first sweep through and picked up all the scrap pieces to go out of the house. In this particular room, when we get to the major rooms, you're going to find a wall that's an accent wall. An accent wall is usually a darker color directly across from where you come in. This particular one is already mounted, ready, behind it, reinforced to hang your TV on it. It's got a 4-head receptacle and a box with a tube that comes in from the bottom to put the cable in on it. That's one of the extra things we do, but all that's been already done by the time it gets here. Okay, join us next week as we show the fit and finish and how it finals out, and be sure to respond to this information that we have here below. See you then. Have a great day.